And Facebook.
That's not that much honking. I said honk if you can hear me. Yeah. Woo. That's more like it. Thank you. My name is Jamie Siegel. I am one of the national coordinators for Movement for a People's Party, and we're here in collaboration and solidarity today with Shahid Buttar for these demands for a people's stimulus. Congress has said that the next stimulus bill that they pass is going to be the quote-unquote last one. Well, the previous 4 that they've done have been pretty pathetic, so we're hoping that at least this one might be a good one.
That's right! People!
We don't anticipate that will come easily, though. We're gonna have to put pressure on them to get a bill that will actually do something to help the people instead of just the corporations and the banks and the billionaires. And so we're doing these actions nationwide for a people's stimulus. We have 6 demands. Number 1, Medicare for all. It's crazy that in this time when people are losing their jobs during a pandemic, they're also losing their health care. Health care should not be tied to employment. It should be a human right. Number 2, we demand that the federal government cover payroll costs for small businesses to keep small businesses and community-based businesses from collapsing. Number 3, we demand monthly $2,000 cash payments for all, basic income for the duration of the pandemic. Number 4, we demand that the federal government suspend all rent and all mortgage payments. Yeah, me neither. I don't want to pay rent either. Number 5, we demand the federal government suspend all debt payments for student loans and credit cards. And number 6, get the military off our streets, defund the police, and use that money to support schools and social services so that our communities can be supported instead of brutalized during these desperate times. And one of the people who has been standing in the way of these demands, these basic common sense remedies for the situation that we are in and for our society in general, one of the people who has stood in the way of some of these things for a long time is Nancy Pelosi. So today, we are taking these demands directly to what we believe is her home. It's hard to say since she has so many which one she actually lives at. But we are going to go to what we think is her most likely home, and we are going to deliver these demands. I know that we said we were going to go to multiple homes, but because of the spike in the virus, we wanted to keep the action today as simple as possible. So we are having one simple route across town to one destination that we think is the best one. And we are going to deliver these demands. We are going to make a lot of noise. We are going to get a lot of attention. And we're going to spread the word about this action for a people's stimulus, because we're trying to spread this nationwide. We're going to have more actions on the 25th next Saturday all over the country. This action is going to serve as a model for the forthcoming actions. So let's make some noise. Let's get some attention. Let's get some pressure on these Congress people to actually do something to help us. All right. Are you ready to go? All right, Mr. Chicken Man wants to talk for a minute. I'm going to hand the mic over to him. I'm sorry, what's your name? Pasta. Over to pasta.
I only have one demand, and that's Nancy debate Shahid. Nancy debate Shahid. Nancy debate Shahid. Nancy debate Shahid. Come on, Nancy debate Shahid. Nancy debate Shahid. Nancy debate Shahid. Nancy debate Shahid. Let's go. Nancy debate Shahid.
All right.
All right.
Crow, don't
So-
do copyright music
Oh no, oh no.
if you can.
Yeah, be careful with that.
She's in charge. She's got the iPhone. Tell her.
Thanks for being with us, y'all. We're just getting ready to roll. Who's ready to
Jamie,
traipse across town and project our demands into the city?
Jamie, can we not do copyright music? We'll get shut down.
I want to particularly
If we do
thank
copyright
everybody
music, we'll
here
get shut
because
down.
We are not letting a pandemic
No
silence
copyright
ourselves.
music.
Otherwise, we'll get shut
You
down
are
on YouTube
staying
and
engaged.
Twitter
We are
and
creatively
everything.
meeting
Oh,
the
that's
needs
right.
of
What
this
if it's
moment
old?
with the space available.
Or what if it's like punk kind of
And I
music?
appreciate
that-
everybody.
Like beats.
availing
I don't know,
themselves
like
of an action
any kind of
model that
beats.
Doesn't
Okay.
create risk
Okay,
to
let me-
public health. So
hold on.
props to
Okay.
everybody and props
Thank
to
you.
Movement for a People's Party for creatively figuring out how we can safely raise our voices at a time when we so desperately need to.
Are you free range?
Are you organic free range chicken? Non-GMO? Please?
Free range chickens are still abused.
Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. So
Do you want to talk?
well, can you hear me or no? Can you guys hear
A
me?
little bit.
Okay. Well, until you get the mic. So we're doing this. The whole point of this is that Nancy Pelosi won't debate, right? A lot of people always say, well, you have to vote for the Democrat. Well, guess what? She's running against another Democrat. So there really isn't any reason for her not to want to debate because she's running against another Democrat. So it really doesn't hurt anybody to give it a shot and look at what Shahid Buttar is actually about. Because everybody thinks Nancy is progressive because she never debates anybody. Okay, so everybody thinks she's progressive because she never debates anybody, right? And so she gets away with acting like she is a liberal progressive when there's no such thing, by the way. Okay? So we're going to get going here in a minute. We're going to go in the Bernie van. But the whole point is Nancy won't debate. Hashtag Nancy won't debate. Use that on Twitter. Use that on Facebook. We want to get it trending. We also can't forget hashtag Pelosi must go, which was trending last week. So please get that trending. Do this. We need people to be aware that between two Democrats, vote for the better Democrat then. If that's your argument, right? Vote for the better Democrat, guys. So we're going to keep streaming, and we're going to go start heading out with the whole caravan of cars.
Switching over to the iPhone speaker. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second.
All right, everybody wait. Everybody wait to get behind this van.
I'm hopping in the van. Jackson, can you hold it?
Yes.
The honor is all yours.
Hey, make sure my door, my
Come out to here, or
I'm going to hang out the door like this. Is that cool?
well, I have to lock this door shut. Pretty much.
I got you. I'll go in the front.
Yeah, you better go up here because. Is that your jacket?
Yep.
Let's throw that somewhere where it's not in the way. You want to do that?
That's okay. Yeah, you can just throw it right here.
Throw it right here.
Yeah.
Right back behind the seat. And here's the mic. Anybody wants
I'm gonna be hopping out once we get in the line.
All right, so we're ready to roll. I'm following.
Oh, it's all the way over there. Crow, it's already out. Crow. Yeah, over there. All right.
Yep.
Like the setup in here.
All right, fams. Fam, check out the chat on YouTube. Por favor.
Now, who am I following?
That car over there, you see it?
Like teal, it's like teal,
Yeah, it's
bright.
the teal one over there.
Small little,
Some kind of weird.
Sharpie over there.
All right, here we go, y'all. Let's make some noise.
got patrons cheering over there. All right, she's going. She's backing up, I think. Oh no, she's going. Sweet. Hails! Yeah, we're live right now. Live mic. We'll be hopping out. I'll be hopping out as soon as we get on the road, fams. What are they saying on the chat, fam?
A beautiful Saturday afternoon.
No.
Everybody noticed that the weather turned up for us? It was cloudy and windy earlier. I think this means that the universe wants this car caravan to be energetic and happy.
Probably we're hearing the wind there.
Oh, the mic with the wind. That's one thing about San Francisco.
We're not sure how. Yeah, I might go into that car so we can get a shot of all the cars behind us. La 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 la. Trying to avoid copyright. Trying to avoid copyright. Trying to avoid copyright. Fam, always. Can you check the YouTube or something for me? Make sure it's still going. Okay, we avoiding the copyright. YouTube still going. They must be interested. They're like, oh, this is hilarious. This is in our hometown. In fact, we should stop by YouTube. I'm gonna see if I can go into this car. La 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 la. La la la, avoiding copyright, avoiding copyright. Can I ride with you? Can I ride? No. I got you.
Fight the power. Fight the power. Fight the power.
Trying to avoid the copyright. Don't. La la la, not getting copyright, not getting copyright. La 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 la.
Profit from our world's crisis. Who pump our atmosphere full of carbon monoxide. We're working for a green new deal.
Nancy Pelosi won't debate her Democratic opponent. He's a Democrat who wants Medicare for all. Hashtag Nancy won't debate. Hashtag Pelosi won't do. Pelosi won't do.
Woo! There we go. Woo! Woo! I didn't know I was gonna get a workout in. Holy shit. Woo! Had too much clam chowder. I need a scooter. I need a scooter. Whew. Thank you. Thank you.
Moving a little fast there.
Yeah, it was my thanks.
All right, welcome.
Grassroots.
What was that?
Grassroots.
Oh yeah. All right, we'll get
back to the caravan.
Yeah, I think maybe you should, after this light, just
Just get right back.
catch up. Yeah. Thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it.
So, tell me about your channel.
We're live right now. Thank you for watching. My sister's got my phone. Doesn't really tell me. Let me talk a little bit to them.
Okay.
A little bit.
Alright, we're gonna catch that caravan.
So right now, if you didn't see, they're going a little fast. I mean, it's how many miles to Pelosi's house?
It's some miles. It's on the other side of the peninsula.
Okay, yeah. So they are car caravanning to Pelosi's house. Let me tell you, I didn't expect to get a workout. I had some good clam chowder today. We saw some seals, the sea lions. But our friend here from Movement for a People's Party, what's your name?
Hey there, my name is Christian.
Christian.
Nice to talk to you.
Christian's hooking me up with a ride.
Alright, catch back up to this caravan.
Let's do it. So we saw that Shahid Buttar and Craig Pasta, Jardula of the Convo Couch, and Movement for a People's Party. We're all coming together to make this happen. We kind of, Pasta wanted to do the chicken soup because he thinks Nancy Pelosi is a chicken
And
for not debating Shahid.
yes, this is a democracy.
Right.
Where we partake in the democratic process, hearing ideas. Let's get those ideas on the table.
Debates are really important. Like, why would you try to hide a debate or hide from a debate if you're not hiding anything, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is this the this is the convention? This is the convention center.
Right on.
A year ago we came here. This is the first time we met Shahid Buttar and we met Dr. Cornel West, and Pasta was able to grab Cornel West's contact info and invite him in this convention. This convention was a big turning point for us.
Wow.
I yelled at some Democrats telling them that foreign policy matters.
Yeah.
Well, they had like free drinks and everything at the convention.
Nice.
But
So that's how you got in touch with
Cornel and Shahid.
yeah.
Yep. If you go to the locations, people are gonna be there, and if they're real, they're gonna
catch up to him right
Let's
now.
do it. Let's do it. Speedmaster. We're catching up now.
Let's see if we can get back in.
So as we saw them marching and parading down, we saw that most of the time, Jamie, who was the lead organizer for Movement for a People's Party, she was talking to big crowds of people, telling them that Shahid is a Democratic opponent, that Nancy won't debate Shahid, that it's ridiculous that she won't do that, and they have their list of demands, which was it's a pretty long list. I think it was like 7.
It was 6.
Six list of demands. Pasta added one, which is he wanted Pelosi to debate Shahid because Shahid will just bring out the facts. It's like she hasn't had an opponent in quite a while, so she hasn't even needed to come out to debate somebody, you know. So this is a big deal. And Moving for a People's Party, Shahid Buttar, and the Convo Couch think they're turning left, right?
I think so.
Or no, I think they're going straight. Sorry, they're going
Oh,
straight.
straight?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Whoop, that was almost a redirect there. Yeah, if we keep going on this lane, we'll redirect. Look, that guy's got a couch for the Convo Couch.
Oh, dang.
See, that's what I need. I need a truck like that, and then Fee and Pasta can be on the back.
Here they are.
So you see that we also got Black Lives Matter car over here. peoplesparty.org for Movement for a People's Party. We're catching up here.
You want to go check out the cars?
The very front, yeah, if we
All
can. That'd be amazing, dude. I appreciate it.
Alright, we got some Bernie support.
Yeah, you see a lot of people who support Shahid also supported Bernie Sanders. Yet Bernie Sanders hasn't endorsed Shahid Buttar. And it's wild. It's wild. Everyone's really salty about it, honestly. Oh, line got cut off. The demand for Movement People's Party is suspend debt. That's a big one as well. Who doesn't have student loans? We're all chained to this massive debt if you go into college here. I was recommending my little sister to go to Germany to get free college. That's how it is. And when I've talked to other people and their kids who want to go to college, they say the same thing. This guy in the Mustang is like, what the heck? Don't worry, folks. We'll catch up here.
All right.
Okay, looks like they turned left over here. Yep. They're at the very top of the hill over there. Nice. We got peace signs, peace signs. Gotta catch up somehow.
Oh, we will.
So right now we are in the back of the caravan. We are the very, very back, following. And we're just going.
So some of those demands that we're going to post on Pelosi's door. Yeah, we are looking to suspend debt payments, student debt, and credit card debt until this pandemic is over, obviously. We are looking to suspend rent payments until the pandemic is over.
Right.
We are looking to cover payroll to protect our small businesses. As we all know, those PPP loans didn't quite work out for all the small businesses.
That's right. That's right. Those PPP loans went to like corporations like Shake Shack, which they gave it back, but you know, it was really weird how it got distributed out to corporations that already have money, you know, like they don't need it. They didn't go to small businesses. It did not go to the foundation of this nation, which are small businesses.
Right. And we are not willing to let a corporate takeover happen at the expense of our small businesses here.
That's right. That's right. So follow along here with the Convo Couch. We are catching up to the front of the protest. This is wild because we are in San Francisco. Very tight city, a lot of one-way streets, and
right
we are
through the center.
caravanning straight to Pelosi's house.
Oh, there it is. There's the bus up there.
You can kind of see the
The
bus.
top of the hill.
I don't know if you can see the bus. It's foggy over there.
Hear what Jamie's saying?
Yeah, let's hear it. This is at 88.3. Oh yeah, let's not play that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just not trying to get
Oh,
copyright.
right. Won't do that. It's supposed to be Jamie's voice right there.
Yeah, it's really weird that well, it's annoying that, you know, we get copyright on YouTube a lot.
Right. Really cracking
Because
down on that.
yeah, well, it just destroys the live stream. It's like people can't protest and use their own use the music they want to use, you know. But yeah. So we are in the back of the caravan. We are going to try and get to the front here soon.
So it should be California all the way.
It's this street all the way. California all the way. It must have been really funny watching that live stream, watching me run. Even funnier for the people on the sidewalks, like, oh man, this guy's running.
Alright, now's our chance.
Now's the chance. Just pull up to the left. Woo! Woo! Go ahead, we're catching up.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You think you can get in front, maybe? You think? You think that? Yeah, we'll take it out. You should be there. Yeah, here we are. We're not gonna get a copyright. Try not to get a copyright. No copyright. Woo! Shahid! Woo!
Don't you know?
No copyright, no copyright. I don't wanna get a copyright. I'm gonna roll up the window. I'm gonna roll up the window. Sorry for my horrible singing, but yeah, that's what happens when you gotta watch out for copyright. So yeah, here we got the fan. Do you mind if I stand outside of this?
Not at all.
All right, folks, we're about to get the exclusive view. Oh, the Johnny view, because I care. I'm gonna take my shoes off. I'm not trying to get.
All right, I'm gonna let him go. Okay.
All right, bet. And then you'll catch back up.
Yeah.
The peace flag. I love it. I love it. Let's go. Let's go.
We're gonna get ready.
Yes,
For
sir.
this red light right here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great. Great, great, great. Now I'm gonna put the window down.
What was that?
I'll put the window down now.
Let's see what we can do here.
Oh, this is horrible. I don't have the login.
What happened? Oh, the login.
The login is my sister's freaking. She's in the very front. She's in the front.
Call her? You have her number?
No.
Okay.
I got her phone.
Get to the front for
It's
you?
her phone, yeah.
Okay.
And you just leave me. And then you can be, you can do you. Maybe it's still working though. I'm not sure. Nice.
All right, you just let me know when you want me to stop.
Basically right at the front, but she's in the van with him.
Okay.
Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much for giving me a ride.
No problem, man.
We need Medicare for all.
Thank you,
Hey,
man.
Congress, don't drop the ball. We need Medicare for all.
Bam, go to the back. I need your login. I need your login. Your face, your freaking thing unlocked. All right, now we're back in the Bernie van.
It's like, you got nothing like that in LA.
So how far away are we from Pelosi's house?
We're getting to the, now we're getting to the ritzier part of town. She lives down in the Presidio.
All right, currently we are in the Shahid van. Fam, do you want to talk a little bit? We should talk a little bit so we don't get copyright, you know what I'm saying? Copyright. Jackson Fact still holding on to the mic, right? La. Avoiding copyright.
into debating because she won't debate him, right? And make sure you guys are putting the hashtag Pelosi must go on Twitter, and hashtag Nancy won't debate is the new one we're trying to make, because just like Debbie Wasserman Schultz refused to debate Tim Canova in Florida, we're trying to highlight the fact that Nancy Pelosi is an incumbent who has been in power for years. They just ran a red light, and who has refused to debate any of her opponents is in power. Shahid is the closest thing we've come to actually holding her accountable, especially because it's between her and him, and there's no other person that's in danger. So, yeah. One of the things What?
Can you fix my sign?
What? He wants me to fix the sign.
I don't know. Oh, he's trying to fix a sign. Pasta's trying to fix a sign. LMAO. If you didn't see it, it's Pasta's in a chicken suit. Pasta's a chicken. He's representing Pelosi.
One of the things Nancy Pelosi has done, just as a reminder for everybody, she has voted for all of Trump's military budgets. She voted for the CARES Act, no questions asked. She is a gatekeeper that has refused to let any progressive legislation pass through. We have a majority in Congress, and she refuses to let anything pass through, including the monthly UBI that some of the squad proposed, that people like Tulsi Gabbard proposed, including just basic things that people need. Medicare for all. She said she's been trying to implement that since the late 1980s. I mean, this woman is the essence of corruption itself, and she's got to go. And I think if more people paid attention to this race than the presidential race, we would have more of a success. The reality is the majority of people only pay every 4 years for the presidential race, when you could do so much more from Congress. And we need, Shahid may not be the most, I may not agree with every single thing anybody, not just him, anybody has done or has said, but I will say he's really good when it comes to our civil liberties, and he's really good when it comes to the taking care of our freedom of speech and people like Julian Assange. He was a protester and activist. He has gotten arrested for his activism out on the streets, and he is the only one that's come this close to really making her look bad, because he's punching from the left. You know what I mean? He's pushing for Medicare for all. And by the way, right now San Francisco has a worse homelessness crisis than LA. And that's really hard for me to say, but it is worse here than it is in LA. We experienced it last night. We have to tell you guys a story, by the way. Pasta's car, he accidentally left it unlocked for 15 minutes in a shady neighborhood. Shady meaning there's a wealth disparity across San Francisco where there's so many homeless people. And we were staying in a hotel, and Pasta, that short amount of time he left it unlocked, somebody came in, stole a cord, stole our Convo Couch and True Rebel Network shirts, and also took 2 chairs, right? And it's just this wealth disparity. Who needs chairs and clothes? Well, homeless people do. And so that's just a part of it. I'm glad that there are people out in the streets that are going to be wearing our merch, even if it's for free, whatever. But it just shows you how bad things are and how bad they're going to get, because this pandemic is only beginning to see the consequences. In a few days, the $600 run out. Okay, they're going to completely be gone. People are only going to get 200, 300, 400, maybe if they're lucky, 400 tops a week. That's not enough to sustain families. It's not enough to pay your rent. We've only gotten $1,200 in pavements, and I'm going to put up a tweet on this chart that I have comparing what other countries have gotten monthly. I mean, some countries have given their people $7,000 every month on top of unemployment. This country is a sham. It's a shame that we're not taking care of our people. We're just instilling them fear. We're just telling everybody to stay home, but we're not giving them the tools to stay home. We're making people feel anxious to go back to work, to go back to serving this capitalist machine, and it's just not productive to what the things we want to do.
Thank you, fam. So currently we are in the Bernie van. I am riding shotgun. And I don't know if y'all saw, but we have Jackson Facts in the house. Jackson Facts! flags. Woo! Real one coming all the way down from NorCal to see us put these demands on Pelosi's door. Now, the whole party is up above me, and once we get to Nancy's house, I'm going to step out and you'll be able to see it, or you can know. In the beginning, I was out in front of it, and then I had to run to catch up. Y'all are going fast, Crow. And yeah, here we are. We got a little bit left. How many? You think like a mile? Maybe less than a mile? Yeah, we don't know yet. So we're just going. Yeah, we're just taking a while because we're going like 15, 20 miles an hour max. And you got all these hills. And
what are they saying, fam?
on the chat,
So, yeah, they're chanting about Nancy Pelosi and her husband taking money for the PPP. So they took Nancy Pelosi's husband in particular is a venture capitalist, and he made money from the PPP that was supposed to go to, small businesses. This is another reason where Democrats lose, by the way. They lose a lot of people who are pro small business because to small businesses, Democrats have never highlighted how they're different from corporations. So a lot of these small business people go to the Republican Party. This is where they fail because instead of helping out small businesses, they sink them and provide for corporations. And that's what's driven a lot of business owners to be Republican when Republicans aren't taking care of them either. But the Democrats have failed to actually reach out to them. And even when Bernie was running, I felt like he could have done a better job of explaining how his policies would affect the small business class because they do not fit the same mechanisms that big business / corporations / these really high capital conglomerates have. Like we saw the example in restaurants with Ruth Chris versus like the small business owners. A lot of these restaurants we're seeing in LA go down. That's going to happen all over the country. So get prepared for that. It's really, really sad, the things I'm seeing in retail, but especially in the restaurant industry, which like employs so many people, from kitchen people to cleaning people to bartenders to waitresses to food runners to bus boys, everybody, like all these people, they're all at the risk of pretty much losing their everything, and then the $600 ends in a couple of weeks. Like, huh? We went to Fisherman's Wharf, and we went to Golden Gate Bridge because Johnny had never seen it. Yeah, okay, so Fisherman's Wharf was extremely busy. There was a lot of people there. Not everybody was wearing a mask. So that's another mask issue debate for everybody. They were doing social distancing for the most part as far as the restaurants. Like you can't really sit inside too much at all, which is part of Gavin Newsom's thing. But a lot of people don't agree with Gavin Newsom because it's hurting a lot of small businesses. Again, like I agree we need to be safe when it comes to a pandemic, but I also think if you're not giving people the tools they need to really feel at ease with the situation, you're creating more fear and you're creating more divide and you're keeping people like really scared, not giving them like everything that they need. Johnny, you left us for that car.
I had to, fam, I had to freaking run, right? I almost got left behind, Hein. This is Convo Couch on the ground, grassroots shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, I think we're almost there. It's looking real ritzy out here. It's looking real ritzy.
Real what?
Ritzy.
Oh yeah, this is the high-end place. It's okay because there's a rainbow flag over there, so everything's good. That's literally the neoliberal party. Like, let everybody starve, and then as long as you put a rainbow flag on everything, it's cool. I'm not dismissing, obviously, those issues. I'm just saying they really don't care about anybody. They just symbolically care. Like, that's all. The fact that we don't have a healthcare for all system during a pandemic is insane to me. Like, the fact that we let what's happening in Portland be happening right now is insane to me. Is that pasta? Pasta's literally like yelling in a chicken suit is the funniest thing in the world. Oh yeah, this area, show the fam. Oh shit, you guys. Y'all, if we get arrested, go fund me a bail, because this is insane. This wealth disparity is disgusting to me, you guys. We have to drive through everywhere else where homeless people are, like everywhere. Oh shit. Wow, these houses are ridiculous, guys. These houses are insane. It's disgusting. Number 40. Okay. So we're heading all the way to number 40, which is where her house is. Yeah, just keep going. What he does. These people don't need to be bailed out, is what they're saying. Yeah, these people, they're fine. I can't with these houses. I wouldn't be able to live in a house like this while everybody else is drowning in debt. Like, the fuck's wrong with you? Okay. What is that? That looks like a church or a like an observatory. Are you kidding me? Is that a house? Keep going. This kind of reminds me of when we were just in Washington, in Seattle. Mayor Jenny Durkin's house was in a similar compound, like a similar little community. This is actually probably wealthier, which isn't surprising because Nancy Pelosi's. This is one of her houses. She has several. Oh, I think we're here, guys. Alrighty, here we go.
Hold on, Fabs. As we can see, Shahid up here. Mr. Shahid Buttar. Where is fucking Nancy's house? Is this Nancy's house over here? 28? That's 28. This one is which one? That's number...
This is the houses we will have when we drink the blood of the rich.
At one of the many houses owned by Nancy Pelosi. Because we are here today to demand a people's bailout.
That's good. I unplugged it. You don't have to hold it.
So much to help their corporate buddies, their corporate lobbyists, and they've done very little to help us. And we're here to say, banks don't need bailouts. Billionaires don't need bailouts. The people need a bailout. People are suffering because they are losing their jobs, and along with it their health care, they're losing their livelihoods, they're losing their homes, and the expanded unemployment benefits are about to run out, and without some major help, we're going to see up to 23 million people in this country being evicted from their homes. Is that acceptable? No. So we demand a comprehensive people's bailout from Congress, and that means you, Nancy Pelosi, wherever you are, because I'm sure you're not at this house. But we are here to demand, we have 6 demands. 1, we demand Medicare for all. People should not be losing their health care during the pandemic because they lost their job. Medicare for all now. Medicare for all now.
No, that's 31.
Number 2, we demand that Nancy and the Congress cover small business payroll to keep community-based businesses from collapsing. Cover small business payroll. Number 3, we demand monthly $2,000 cash payments for all. We need a basic income to prevent people from falling through the cracks. Number 4, we demand
This is Nancy House right here.
Congress immediately suspend rent and
Very
mortgage
secluded.
payments. Cancel rent now. Cancel
Number 40.
rent now. Cancel 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 rent now.
Cancel the rent now!
Make us good. Alright, number 5, we demand the suspension of all payments for student loans and credit card debt. People should not be worrying about paying off their debts when they can't even work. Number 6, we demand to get the military off our streets, defund the police, the money to support schools and social services, things that uplift our communities and support our communities rather than brutalizing them during this desperate time that we are in. So again, we demand bail out the people, not the banks.
Bail out the people, not the banks!
Bail out the people, not the banks. 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 Bail out the people, not the banks.
Is she home?
All right, y'all. And we have one more demand.
She's not home, huh?
These demands are nationwide. We're doing this nationwide, but here in this local district, we're adding a demand, and we are demanding that Nancy Pelosi debate her opponent, Shahid Buttar, that she has refused to do.
Just say she's not home.
She doesn't live here?
No.
Has everybody paid attention to what's happening in Portland this weekend? Our neighbors are witnessing the beta test for an authoritarian crackdown to induce and impose fully fanged fascism here in the United States. I find it very alarming when I see members of Congress, particularly Nancy Pelosi, take to social media decrying Trump's stormtroopers and saying they must be stopped. I agree, they must be stopped, and I would ask you, who might stop them if not the Speaker of the House? Every budget request for the Department of Homeland Security over the 17 years since the department was founded, every single one, for Customs and Border Protection, for Immigration Customs Enforcement, for the litany of duplicative, fraudulent, and wasteful agencies consolidated under the DHS umbrella, every budget request for 17 years, Nancy Pelosi has met and increased. That is why Portland is being subjected to the authoritarian crackdown of an aspiring tyrant. Are you okay with that? We cannot let, never again means now. We cannot let fascism consolidate. We cannot let it expand. This is an incredibly dangerous moment in our nation's history. And I have so much gratitude for our allies and comrades and neighbors in Portland who are out in the streets, taking it on the chin, dealing with a complete suspension of any modicum of legal process. There's no due process. There's no habeas corpus. They aren't even arresting people. They're just kidnapping them with government agents whose badge numbers and identification is not visible. These are defining cornerstones of authoritarianism. This is not what our nation committed to in writing in our founding documents. We have rights. They are not being respected, and it is not just the Trump administration laying waste to our republic. This is a bipartisan abyss into which we are falling, and it is absolutely with the active effort, the active support, the complicity of our city's elected representative in Washington. When it was Bush's wars, when it was Obama's deportations, when it was Trump's corruption, at every point over the last 20 years that I have advocated for our city's values here in San Francisco and across the country in Washington, D.C., the one consistent thing I had to fight as well was Nancy Pelosi's complicity. We're here to defund the police because we have seen too many people die at the hands of our public servants. And we're going to defund the Pentagon because we've seen, particularly the CIA, train too many of our nation's enemies. When they tell us that we don't have money for Medicare for all, look them in the eye and tell them, yes, we do. You lost $21 trillion in the Department of Defense over the last generation. There is plenty of money for you to see a doctor. There's plenty of money for your kids to get medicine. When the establishment says that we don't have the resources to take care of our basic needs, that we don't have the resources for you as Americans to enjoy the same rights as every industrialized population in the world, don't buy the hype. Don't get it twisted. They bailed out banks, not just before the people. I want to be clear about when we talk about canceling the rent, what we're talking about. There is a preventable, predictable eviction wave that is unfolding across the country. A preventable and predictable wave of evictions. And we can stop them. There is a bill that has been introduced in Congress. It's the bill to cancel rents and mortgage payments. It's been introduced by Ilhan Omar, a refugee in Congress who represents Minneapolis. San Francisco, is Minneapolis so much more progressive than our city that they are represented by a voice that is willing to bail out the people and our city is not? We are a proud city. We are a proud city committed to human rights, committed to immigrant rights, committed to the values of inclusion that in Washington we see run off the rails. And again, we made this point before, but I want to hammer it home. It's not just the Trump administration. It is absolutely Trump and his bipartisan congressional enablers. And we are here today. We are here today because the lies that we are spoon-fed by corporate media don't match the truth. It is not true that we lack the resources for universal health care. We just lack the political will. Yeah. It is not true that we can't show up to battle this virus in the way that other countries do. It just happens to be the case that our leaders are more committed to health insurance profits than they are to your health. These are public policy choices. Choices that are killing us en masse. 140,000 Americans have died in the last several months to a virus. And I shudder to think what the ultimate numbers might be. Whatever number you might imagine, I dare say it might go higher than that. It is a terrifying prospect, what we have been led to. And it is the failure of leadership that has delivered us to this moment. We cannot take the predation of for-profit healthcare any longer. We need to put public health in our communities first. I'm very proud to stand with the Movement for a People's Party because I see across the political continuum a consensus emerging among Americans that we can't take the rule by capital and Wall Street anymore. Your grandkids can't take it. Wall Street has been kicking your grandkids off a climate cliff for 50 years. And we are not going to take it anymore. That's what we are here to say, y'all. Bail out the banks. Bail out the people, not the banks. We're gonna bail out the people, not the banks. Come on, bail out the people, not the banks. Bail out the people, not the banks. We can bail out the people, not the banks. We're gonna bail out the people, not the banks. Come on, bail out the people, not the banks. We're gonna bail out the people, not the banks. We can bail out the people, not the banks. Bail out the people, not the banks. We can bail out the people, not the banks. Bail out the people, not the banks. We can bail out the people, not the banks. My name is Shahid Buttar. I look forward to representing you in Washington. Thank you so much for being here today, everyone.
You want to talk a little bit? Apparently, she doesn't live there. They said that she moved out.
Joining us from Southern California, from Pasadena, you know him as the very energetic man in the chicken suit. I know him as my brother from another mother, Pasta Jardula from the Convo Couch. Check out his show on YouTube. Very insightful analysis coming from the ranks of independent media. Let's riff on that really quick. I talk every day to people who are under the illusion that Nancy Pelosi fights our criminal president because they're brainwashed by corporate media. And if you get your news from the New York Times or Fox or its liberal equivalent, MSNBC, I would invite you to turn it off and pick up a newspaper. There are great outlets in this country that can deliver you independent news. I want to shout out a few. Read The Intercept. Read The Guardian UK. This is a great point to make. We revolted 250 years ago from the United Kingdom to establish our independence. It took British newspapers to reveal to the United States facts including that the National Security Agency had tapped the internet and turned it into a tool for global surveillance. It took a British newspaper to let us know that the CIA was torturing people in black sites around the world. It took the same British newspaper to tell us that the Chicago Police Department was torturing people in a black site on the north side of Chicago. That's why we have to defund the police and the Pentagon, because it is one sordid enterprise of co-optation, and we could do better than that. I want to just put out another plug here. I suspect this is true for everyone here, but in case it's not, what we're doing today is so important, and what you do tomorrow is just as important. Staying connected, plugging in, finding a local network that you can take action with. It's incredibly important to think globally and to find our information and to take advantage of these news sources. If we're not taking action locally like you are doing right now here today, this is what democracy looks like, taking action on our concerns. And so I just want to applaud everybody here for demonstrating active citizenship. This is exactly what we need to see. And I encourage you to take this back to your friends. If you've had a good time today, make sure that your friends hear about this. I've had a lovely time. And I particularly want to thank the weather for cooperating with us.
All right, so we got one more person who wants to speak as well, but so
We've got another speaker coming to the mic.
So the primary reason we came here today is to actually physically deliver our demands to what is one of Nancy Pelosi's homes. And so we are now going to actually take our list of demands. We're going to physically take it onto her front door. Bail out the people, not the banks.
Bail out the people, not the banks. Let's give them a soundtrack. The people, not the banks. Bail out the people, not the banks. We can bail out the people, not the banks. Bail out the people, not the banks. We're gonna bail out the people, not the banks. 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 Bail out the
Apparently this wasn't Nancy's house though.
What?
The people came out, they said it wasn't Nancy's house, that she moved out.
Well, that's too bad, you know.
the people, not the banks. We're gonna.
All right. Well, we tried.
That's
There
what
it is.
That's what counts.
Yeah.
She doesn't live there, and she doesn't own it. It's not there, huh? No, but you know where she lives. She lives on Broadway. On Broadway? Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Broadway and
So, couple shout outs to some organizations to check out or join today.
big red brick building. Thank you.
I want to introduce, well, why don't you park your car first? Cynthia's going to park her car legally and then come back to the microphone. She's joining us from Code Pink, stalwart organization, Women for Peace. Big shout out to them doing incredible work across the country. Some other organizations represented here today. I think there's someone here from Defending Rights and Dissent who we might hear from later. I'm looking forward to throwing the mic to Mike Ruffo. Of course, the Movement for a People's Party is here. We're excited to be joined by them. Our campaign to replace Pelosi, I'm so glad to be here on our behalf. And any other organizations that might not have gotten shouted out, make sure we hear about them and we'll shout you out on the mic. So while Cynthia's coming to the microphone, I want to just give a couple of reflections on Code Pink. People might have seen the very prolific footage of Code Pink activists being, for instance, arrested in Congress, interrupting congressional proceedings. That's just the tip of the iceberg. They do prolific art and action events around the country. I've actually traveled the world with Code Pink, learning from diplomats in other countries about the public policy alternatives in places from Cuba to Palestine.
You don't want to go up the ladder?
Can I pass you this mic here, Cynthia? Okay. So, put your hands or your horns together for Cynthia Papermaster from Code Pink.
Code Pink, over the years, has had a special relationship with Nancy Pelosi because we saw her voting over and over and over again for bloated Pentagon budgets and funding up to 800 military bases of the United States around the world. And she did it again this year. $740 billion to the Pentagon. What the fuck? Don't we need housing, affordable housing? Don't we need health care for everyone?
Yes.
Don't we need clean energy distributed to everyone?
Yes.
We shouldn't be bailing out the Pentagon and Boeing and Lockheed and Raytheon and Grumman and General Dynamics. Those billionaires don't need more money. You know what we need? We need peace right now. We need to defund. Let's fucking defund the Pentagon. Defund the police, defund the Pentagon, and fund life, fund our community, fund what we need. I'm with Code Pink, but I am not endorsing a candidate because we can't do that. But Shahid's a friend of Code Pink, I want you to know, for so long. And this is a very good man. He should be representing San Francisco in Congress. Thank you. walk down there.
We're almost done. We're almost done.
I just want to see what I can do to help facilitate.
We're
See what you guys are, what you caught us off guard, so I just want to see kind of what the plan was. And
we were here to deliver our demands to one of Nancy Pelosi's many houses, but they just said that she moved out recently. But
she doesn't
we're
live here
gonna finish our event and then we'll be on our way.
Perfect.
So we're not gonna be here for that much longer.
all right, perfect.
Take us to her house.
What's that? I cannot take you to an house.
Yeah, we got police
How about you just go when you drive and you actually stop and put your hat on there?
That I can't do.
What's that?
I am, yes. I am, yes.
So in 2011, I had the opportunity
But
to
I am
be
part Irish, yes.
in downtown Oakland when the Oakland Police Department and the Alameda Sheriff's Office deployed chemical weapons to suppress dissent by Occupy Oakland. And I had the occasion to meet our next speaker, Mike Rufo, that night as we were pacing the riot line, reading the First Amendment to the police. We've served on a board together of an organization called Defending Rights and Dissent for the last 10 years. I give to you my very strong ally. I'm grateful to be supported by Mike Rufo.
Thank you, Shahid. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, everybody, for being out here today. It's beautiful to see you all here. And as Shahid said, we met the night that Occupy Oakland was violently dismantled by what looked to me like a police state. And sadly, as Shahid mentioned to us earlier, we've got the makings of this beta test for police state up in Portland with Trump's goons out picking people up off the street. We've got to stop this. It's been going on way too long. Check us out at Defending Rights and Dissent. We've been around since 1960, fighting McCarthyism, and had a re-up with an organization that Shahid led called Bill of Rights Defense Committee for many years, fighting the Patriot Act. So yeah, we're here to help you defend. We're here to defend your right to dissent. That is the seminal right of a democracy. We see that these rights can be taken away if they are not fought for. So every one of our movements that we have so many needs right now to redistribute wealth and address the climate crisis, to create social justice for Black Lives Matter. All of these things require a people's movement, a civic movement, and civil liberties. That is the foundation of all this. You look around the world, you see how our civic movement shut down. When civil liberties are threatened, all are threatened. So we can't have that. I am so delighted and excited and out of my mind with joy to help support Shahid Buttar for Congress. And I love this People's Party movement for social change. Let's make the world a better place now!
All right, thank you all so much. Again, you know, my name is Jamie Siegel. I'm one of the national coordinators for Movement for a People's Party. We organized this event and this series of events nationwide so that we can put pressure on Congress to actually help the people in this country. I thank you all for being here. You're all beautiful, wonderful people. And go spread the word about this action nationwide. It's going to be, we're doing a number of them on the 25th. You can go to peoplesparty.org. Click on the yellow link at the top that will take you to our action page where we're having actions all over this country. Again, peoplesparty.org. We are seeking to build a new party in this country that is for the people, not for the corporations, not for the billionaires, not for the lobbyists. A party for the people, a party for the workers, a party for the families. Join us. peoplesparty.org. Have a beautiful rest of your weekend. Thank you.
Pasta, you got some?
Jamie was talking about a party for the people. If anybody's inclined, we're going to take this van to Dolores Park and bump a renegade party. So feel free to join us. You know, the party could just be getting started if that's what you're inclined to do.
Oh yeah.
Who's on the ones and twos?
Yeah, if you want to dance, come with us to Dolores Park. The party's just getting started. Consider this the end of the protest phase.
Hold on.
We move into the party.
You guys know where it's at? Give us the address. Whoa, give us the address. They're going to the actual Pelosi house, and we're going to go follow them and right now and go get them. That's all I got to say here at Nancy Pelosi protest.
Why are you wearing the chicken suit?
Because Nancy Pelosi is a chicken. She refuses to debate. Go ahead. And you can see I got my sign that says, hashtag Nancy won't debate. Just like Debbie Wasserman Schultz refused to debate Tim Canova, we got the same situation right here. Nancy Pelosi refuses to debate Shahid Buttar. But we're going to change that. We're going to put the pressure on.
And as you can see, the Convo Couch are not only activists. Is that where we're going, Shahid?
Let's go. I'm going to Dolores Park. I was just there last week.
2635?
There's nobody there.
There's nobody there?
Yeah, it's just a waste of time. But let's go to Dolores Park.
All right, good. If that's the case, I got it.
All right, so we are going to Dolores Park. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm sitting, or I can sit in the back. It doesn't matter.
Well, let's sit in the front just in case there's shots.
Okay, gotcha. Well, anyways, guys, that was basically it. That was
You have my phone in here. You guys have my phone in here. Can I get my phone? Okay, thank you. So you guys are heading over there right now?
Yeah, I think that's the plan.
Okay, so we'll just meet you over there?
Yeah, parking can be kind of gnarly, but we're just going to circle until we find it. Last time we found a spot on the
hold on.
east side of the park.
Okay, can I get somebody's number in case I can't find you?
Yeah, mine's just let me know when you're ready.
Okay, hold on just a second. Okay, what's your number? 202. 316.
All right, fam. So there you have it. Protest of Nancy Pelosi's. The officer said he was caught off guard. It turns out this wasn't Pelosi's house. She moved out recently. And, you know, this was crazy. I really like this. It was a great caravan. The sergeant showed up. The sergeant showed up over here. So that's pretty interesting. So we are going to head out. You've been here with me for an hour, 24 minutes. You saw me run. I ate too much clam chowder. I had to catch a ride. And, yeah, thank you so much for joining us. As you can see, grassroots, on the ground. We're thinking about going to Portland. I'm just leaking that right now. Because what's happening in Portland is ridiculous. We're a little short on money, but we'll see what we can do. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Convo out.